So I get the opportunity to say just a few words. Pardon me while I put on my spectacles. So, to my NCNA family, words cannot express my extreme happiness and joy to be inducted into the NCNA Hall of Fame. I want to thank whoever submitted my name for this consideration. I've been given just a couple of minutes to express my appreciation. I can't believe they did that. After all, president of ANA, president of NCNA, they say you only have 2 minutes. So you see what that gets you. So let me start by saying that if I leave your name off on this list of thanks and recognitions, it's purely in oversight, not intentional. But I'd like to first thank all of my nursing instructors, especially those from my undergraduate program. They were the ones who first introduced me to NCNA and what it meant to be an advocate for your professional association and for the public at large. They were the ones who gave me assignments to attend the then District 11 meetings, and not just for the extra credit, but for the opportunity to see advocacy in action. By that, I mean they were themselves not just checking the rolls of which one of the students appeared there, but they were up at the microphones. They were asking those tough questions. They were also chairing committees. In essence, they were showing us how it has to be done. And I believe that I got the bug right then and there. To make sure that I got the bug, it was one of my instructors who gave me an application to join NCNA 1 week after graduation and made the commitment that I would pass on to others, or the comment that I would pass on to others. If you consider yourself a professional nurse, then you need to join your professional association. And not just join, but be an active member. I have lived by that mantra all these years, and all these years later, and pass it on to those that I mentor. And to those instructors of my graduate program, you further encourage me to advocate by teaching me the art of policy and engagement. Then there are my many mentors, too many to begin to name, but I'll name a few: Gail, Gwen, Hazel, Frank, Cindy, Ed, Dennis, the list goes on and on and on. But you know who you are, and I thank you for your guidance and friendship. I will, however, mention one person in particularly, and that is Dr. Gene Tranbarger, and I wish that he could be with us today. For those of you who know Gene, you know that he can be a very practical but intriguing individual. I can't tell you the number of hours of conversations that we had just talking about the nursing profession and my future plans. I distinctly remember calling him right after I won the election as the first male president of ANA. Gene's words were, and I quote, "I'm very happy for you, but be careful what you wish for," unquote. It's as if he almost envisioned that the pandemic and the challenges that came with it were going to happen. So I will always cherish his kind words of wisdom. Next, I'd like to thank those who served on the NCNA Board of Directors with me and the many NCNA committees during my years with NCNA. You have helped me to mold me into the leader that I have become, and I owe my leadership growth and style of a servant leader, all of you, as we battle the various challenges that faced NCNA in the nursing profession at various times. From protecting the title of nurse, to APRA legislation, to workforce issues. We work as a team, even though there are differences of opinions from time to time. We worked as a team to ensure the best possible outcome for the profession and for the nurses of North Carolina. You made it possible for me to understand such bold moves as addressing the diversity, equity, and inclusion issues within the profession by calling for nurses to be reflective of the people that we serve. Meaning that there should be more people of color and men welcome into the profession, to address the work of the Commission to address racism in nursing, and to have those tough dialogues that will only make the profession better. And finally, I would be remiss if I didn't say a word of gratitude to the NCNA staff. You guys rock. It wasn't until I had the pleasure of serving in the role of president that it struck me about all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Sure, I know that staff was responsible for ensuring that the board packets were put together and that when you come to the event, such as the annual meeting, but to actually watch them with patience as they chase you down for the 5th or 10th time to get that report in, or to the double checking that list. It takes patience. Tina, I give you and the staff a huge salute for all the work that you do to make us all look good. And finally, I'd like to thank my life partner, Jim, for his unwavering support for all of my endeavors. He's been truly supportive of everything that I've done and that I've strived to do, and he truly has been the wind beneath my wings. Thank you.